Hey guys, this is Crud Big Rig here with a new gear review on my now favorite pistol. This is the Mark 25, also known as a P226 from Sig Sauer. It is a Navy specific model. So Sig originally had the Navy model, which was this pistol pretty much, except for I do believe a lot of the internal parts weren't Parkerized. And there's also on the Navy SEAL or Mark 25 model, you have the UDT identifier, which is just used for inventory. It's a kind of a flimsy, crappy sticker that they put on it. I would have really liked it to have been engraved, laser etched, just like their the Navy anchor. But other than that, it is a very, very nice pistol to shoot. The recoil is very low. Muzzle flip is a little bit higher than I'm used to with a Glock or a 1911. A few features that set it apart from other models of P226s are, since the parts are all internally Parkerized, this is a perfect suppressor host. This is one of the quietest suppressor hosts out there because of the Browning lockup. It locks in very, very tight. What you get with this pistol is 3 magazines. They're 15 rounders. They are flush fit 15 rounders. I am not a big fan of them because whenever you go to put these into battery and ram it home, they are completely flush fit. Which you'll see here, there's a little bit of a bevel. What you can use though is Metgar makes a 20 round magazine, which has a lot thicker base to it. When you go to load the magazine and seat it fully, there's a lot more circumference and area to tap into. Plus these are 18 rounders compared to 15 rounds, so with just this little floor plate you get 3 extra rounds, which I think is absolutely fantastic. You have a hammer forged barrel. SIGs are known for their toughness when it comes to service life on their weapons. Since everything is internally coated, it's going to protect it from rust. You're going to be able to put it in water. You're going to be able to use it with a suppressor. If you ever use a suppressor, all the backblast from the baffles goes into this gun, which makes it very, very dirty. Usually guys who run suppressors have an ultrasonic cleaner because of that. Some features on the pistol when it comes to controls. You have your slide release here, which is a lot further back than your traditional pistols. 1911 style design, that's where the safety is. It's where you would disengage the safety. Problem with that is if you are so used to a 1911 where you tend to do a thumbs up position on your grip, you tend to ride this safety down. What will happen is on that last round, it'll just cycle. It won't hold back like it's supposed to. One of the advantages to this type of grip is that you can lock the slide and release it without changing your grip position. Normally, whenever I'm using a 1911 Glock, doesn't matter, and I'm trying to lock it into place, I have to completely take my hand off the grip to lock it. Another feature, which is because there's no external safeties, you have a decocker. When you pull the decocker down, you'll feel it click and it'll release. It'll release the hammer and then reset the trigger. What happens when the hammer is released, the rolling block safety comes in and protects the firing pin so you can't accidentally set off a round. Because when you pull the trigger, you can see now, since I have the trigger depressed, that the hammer will fall completely. I just let go a little bit and it's locked into place. This is a double action, single action pistol, which means that first round, once you've decocked it, when you pull it all the way back, it's a very long, heavy trigger pull. Gun cycles, the hammer stays back, and then you have a very, very light reset and a 4-pound trigger pull on the single action. Double action's around 10 pounds or so, what most people are reporting. And there's also an SRT trigger, where if you notice how far back the trigger pulls whenever you go into single action, there's still a lot of slack before you hit that wall and the gun's ready to go off. On the SRT, I do believe it's almost right there on the reset, so you have very minimal movement. But if you were to pull the trigger on this standard model, look how far you have to wait until trigger resets. And this far back until you hit your wall again. And how you tear down this pistol for servicing is very, very easy. You lock the slide back, then you take your takedown lever, pull it straight down, release tension off the slide, and it comes right off. Internally, this is almost identical to something like a Browning high power. You just have your recoil spring, recoil guide rod, and barrel. Internally, all of this area is all one piece, and it's held together by 2 roll pins, a large pin and then a smaller roll pin inside it. To reassemble, align like so, lock it back, and then push your takedown lever back up to the original position, and it's reassembled. I actually had purchased this from John Brown's Armory in Rochester, Pennsylvania. What had happened was I was walking down there one day after work, and I decided I really wanted an FN-15. I figured they might have a 20-inch down there. Well, when I went down there, I saw a Mark 25 in the sales desk, and I told Tom, the local gunny down there, hey, can I check out this pistol? He said sure, and he went down to grab one, and I was looking at the black version. This is the one that he pulled out. I told him immediately, stow it for me, let me get my checkbook, I'll be right back. This gun's $11.99 for the black one at Field and Stream, and the tan or flat dark earth or dark earth, however you like to call it, is $100 above that. So you're talking almost $1,300 for this pistol, while at John Brown's Armory it was about $300 less. They've been fantastic throughout the years. They've managed to get me some of the craziest guns out there, the FS2000, the Arsenals, guns that are really, really hard to stock. Most people don't want to, and I just happened to come in, they had this there, picked it up. Go there, buy stuff. I can't really say enough about them. They're a Class 3 dealer, so get your suppressors, your machine guns, everything from them. Are you a real operator? Have you ever dreamed of halo jumping? Oh wait, that's right, you do it every day. If you are a real operator, you need the SIG Mark 25. It's a P226 9mm, capable of killing Taliban from 500 yards away. You don't even have to shoot it, it shoots itself. Literally, someone almost took my head off because they couldn't figure out the double action versus the single action trigger. It's okay though, because this beard is made of pure Kevlar. I can take a direct 9mm to the face. I got a cool guy here too. You afraid to talk? Everyone's afraid to talk. I don't know why. And they get this fucking deer in the headlights look whenever the camera's on, and then they go. By the way, I'm filming in a residential area, and I have a pistol out in my backyard. I'm sure there's people that are fucking freaking out right now. I'll probably get the cops called on me.
Done?